everyone, and welcome to Loving It on Keto. I'm Wendy, and I am doing a series on keto for beginners. And week 1 was last week, where I sat down and went over some very basic information. And today is week 2, and with that, something I wanted to share with everyone are keto friendly condiments. People say, well, gee, I don't want to overwhelm you guys, because if you look at what's out here, this stuff all came from my cabinet. I literally did not go out and buy any of this stuff. So you guys are going to think I'm crazy. And yes, I am a little bit. I like my condiments. I like flavor. I like having a steak sometime with just butter, salt, and pepper on it. But then again, sometimes I may want barbecue sauce, or I want it an oriental zing to it, or just some rich, decadent mayonnaise on it. So I'm going to share with you some very easy and useful condiments that you should be incorporating a few of in your everyday keto lifestyle. So with that, Mr. Cameraman, he's drinking coffee and I'm very jealous. Anyway, I'm going to start way over here because my counter is not as big as I need it to be. So basically, I want to share with you, and it's not in any order, it's just how I put them up, some vinegars that I use all the time. I use apple cider vinegar. I get the raw apple cider vinegar, and I get it with the mother. Now, for those of you who are new, who don't know what I'm talking about when I say with the mother, it's this milky substance at the bottom when I shake it and everything. That's the probiotics. That's the good stuff. That's the stuff that helps your gut biome work really well. This is the stuff, if you've seen any of the apple cider vinegar drinks, this is the apple cider you want to use. Plus, it has a lot more flavor. This one happens to be Bragg's brand. There are a lot of apple ciders out there on the market. Costco has a really good one. But I look for raw apple cider vinegar with the mother. I use this in my dressings, homemade dressing mixes. I use this as part of when I marinate my meats. And because the vinegar helps break down leaner, tougher cut of beef, and it gives a little bit of flavor. So that's apple cider vinegar. I have some balsamic vinegar. Now, balsamic vinegar does have more carbohydrates. You want to read your balsamic vinegars and make sure you get one with the least amount of natural sugars, because as they ferment it, that's what causes the sweet, tangy taste of balsamic vinegar, but you don't need that much. A teaspoon is enough in your dressings, on your salads. Marinating steak with just a teaspoon of balsamic vinegar makes all the difference. Or at the end, tossing asparagus or Brussels sprouts with some oil and just a teeny bit of balsamic vinegar and some garlic, toss it up, cook it in the oven. It's delicious. So you just need a little bit, and it's delicious. Also, red wine vinegar. Same thing. It has a lot of flavor. You don't need a lot of it. It's great in coleslaws and salads, in dressings, and it's just a little bit goes a long way. A little bit in homemade marinara sauce, same with the balsamic vinegar. It gets sweeter as it cooks. And one more thing that I forgot to show you. And one more that I had in my cupboard is rice wine vinegar. This rice wine vinegar is organic, and it absolutely has 0 carbohydrates, even though it's fermented rice. When you ferment products, vegetables, like sauerkraut and kimchi and those kinds of things, the live bacteria actually eat the carbohydrates. They eat the sugar up. So when you get it, it's eaten the starches up. So that's the rice vinegar. So that's what I had in my cupboard. There are all different flavors and all different types of vinegars. Turn it over, look at the back, read the carbs. Mr. Cameron asked me to move over, so I am. So read the total carbs and the serving amount size. This one is 1 tablespoon and the total carbs is 0. Okay? Vinegar, a little goes a long way. So those are my vinegars. Those are my tart and tangy items. Now I want to go into my oils that I use on a daily and weekly basis. I use 100% avocado oil. I don't have any of the pump spray that you can spray your pans and stuff with right now, but it is available, and this brand, I love this brand. If I were going to make a mayonnaise from scratch, I would use 100% avocado oil, I apologize, or olive oil, but I would use the avocado oil. It has a very high heat temperature, so you can cook your foods on the stovetop or in the oven at a higher heat, and it doesn't burn. It has delicious flavor as well, and it is a really good fat for you. So the total carbs is 0. So just drizzle a little bit of the avocado oil. I would use a little balsamic and put it on your vegetables, toss them up, put some salt, some pepper, throw them in the oven and bake them until they're fork tender. They're delicious. You use that as an easy side with your meats, your fish, or your poultry. So I would use that. And as everybody has seen any of my other videos, I cook my eggs in half olive oil and half butter, okay? I cook them on a medium heat, and I get the most delicious flavored eggs you've ever had. And it's absolutely delicious. When you get olive oil, you want to make sure that it's 100% extra virgin olive oil, okay? You want to look for specific things. You want to see where it's from. It should list the harvest date. On the back, there should be a lot number, or on the front, and the best used before. And as far as ingredients are concerned, it needs to stay extra virgin olive oil. And if it's from someplace in Italy or California, there are seals on here that state, this one is the protected geographic indication for Italy. So make sure if you're getting olive oil, it's not diluted with soy oil, canola oil, rapeseed oil, or any other oil other than extra virgin olive oil, okay? That's all I can say about the olive oil for now. Keeping it simple here, folks. So, Kerry Gold butter. 100% pure butter is what you're looking for. And get what you can afford. Kerry Gold butter, you can buy it at Costco in a container that has 3 of these size blocks. If you can get there, that's fine. Walmart carries it. Fry's carries it. Most of the markets carry it. It is a little bit more expensive. But this stuff, you can literally eat with a spoon. It's so good. At least I think it's good. A little goes a long way. You put a little pat of this on your meat or your vegetables, salt and pepper, and it's wonderful. Okay? If you have any kind of dairy allergy, you're probably allergic to the milk proteins in the milk product, so you might need to go to a ghee. Some people like the flavor of ghee better, and what ghee is it's have the milk proteins removed from it. It's the clarified butter that the waiter brings you when you dip your crab legs or your seafood in it. So ghee is wonderful. You can cook with ghee. It's absolutely delicious. And there is also coconut oil. Now, coconut oil you can get the regular coconut, organic, cold pressed, raw coconut oil, and it does have a coconutty taste. You can also go for one step up and get, or down, excuse me, and get a little bit more processed or refined that has some of that coconutty flavor removed from it. But if I use coconut oil, and I more use this for cooking or for Thai dishes, I use real coconut oil. By the way, folks, if you have an animal, a dog or a cat, if you give them just a teeny bit of coconut oil every day, it's wonderful for their coats and their skin. Anyway, so that's my oils and that's my vinegars. So the next thing that I use, and I only have one bottle right now, or one kind, and that's Chosen Foods mayonnaise. And this, again, is made from 100% avocado oil. There's no seed oils in this product. There is no sugars in this product. And if I were going to use mayonnaise, I would get either the Chosen Food or the Primal brand of mayonnaise, because it absolutely has no seed oils in it. No canola oil, no soybean oil, no GMO oils in it. This size bottle is $7 or less at Costco, and this size at Sprouts or Whole Foods is like $14.99. So if you can get a Costco, I don't know Sam's because I don't have it, but you can get, this is the large one. The regular size is about $7 or $8 in Fry's and Kroger and Safeway and those stores. But I would get 100% avocado oil mayonnaise. I would make sure it doesn't have any soy or canola. So, next thing you say is, I don't want vinegar and oil on my salad all the time. And I say, that's great. You don't have time like I do, because I work full time, to make homemade dressing all the time for myself and my family. Here's a few that you can go buy. Sir Kensington Classic Ranch has some. It does not have as good of ingredients in it, but it does have lower carbs. The total carbs in this Kensington oil, sorry, I was reading the oil on the back. In this Kensington Ranch dressing is 0 carbs, okay? The serving size is 2 tablespoons. So I don't know, Mr. Cameraman, if you can zoom in on the ingredients there. No? Okay, sorry. You can look them up, but I got this just at my regular store. I also got some Chosen lemon garlic. This is absolutely delicious. Again, it's made with 100% avocado oil. It's got great ingredients. Pure avocado, no preservatives. No preservatives. It has no canola, and it's soy-free and gluten-free. And this has 1 carb per 2 tablespoons. And that's because there's lemon juice and garlic in it. And garlic and lemon juice have minute... Sorry, folks, I'm getting a bad cold and I needed to stop and cough. So, anyway, this does have some lemon juice concentrate and some garlic. So it has 1 total carb, but that's for 2 tablespoons. And this has a lot of flavor as well. Primal is another one that is made with 100% avocado. They have Caesar, they have ranch, they have, what other flavors? Green Goddess. My husband loves Green Goddess. And they have several different flavors. Check your regular stores for those, because they do have them. So you don't have to go out and, buy a bunch of ingredients, make it from scratch. You can do a few simple things and switch it out. Super simple. Mustard. Classic yellow mustard. I like organic classic mustard, but you can get French's regular. Calories are 0, carbs are 0. Pretty self-explanatory. Goes lovely on everything. Hot dogs, grill some onions, slice your hot dogs the long way, put some cheese on it, stick it under the broiler, get that cheese melted, put some mustard on it, and it's delicious. Easy. We like Pulsa kielbasa's. We have Schreiner's sausage. They're a family-owned company here, and they make all kinds of sausages. So we get our beer and brat mustard. We get boar's head mustard, and you do have to read. There are maybe 1 or 2 carbs. This one has 0 carbs, folks. So you can, again, mix and match this. You can mix it with some mayonnaise and get a great, like a Dijonnaise kind of a dip. I used the last of my horseradish last night. If you watched my what I ate in a day, I cleaned out my horseradish, but horseradish also is a great thing, and you need to read the back of it. The horseradish I get is usually in the refrigerated section because it's pure horseradish and it has less carbs. So anyway, on to the soy sauce, Bragg's amino, coconut amino area. So really, Bragg's all-purpose amino tastes just like soy sauce to me. If you're gluten intolerant, this is the way to go. You can get organic tamari sauce, which is a soy sauce. It is gluten-free as well. Look for your food allergens when you're reading your labels. They all, just a little bit goes a long way. I have some Bragg's organic coconut liquid aminos. Now the coconut does have a little bit more carbs, such as 2 carbs per teaspoon. Doesn't take a lot. And then I also have this other coconut aminos by Coconut Secret, and it's a garlic sauce. Instead of mixing it in, I'd put a little bit on top after you're all done. A little bit of this on a steak is wonderful. It's wonderful. For those of you who like steak sauce, Primal, again, makes a great steak sauce. There are other steak sauces out there that you can look for. And again, read your carb count. This one has 1 carb per 1 tablespoon. Doesn't take a lot of steak sauce to make something delicious. You can put this in some sour cream, whip it up, dip your chicken, dip your meat in it. It's absolutely delicious. And Worcestershire, everybody has problems with that word. Worcestershire sauce. And I use this Annie's brand, but you can get Lee & Perrins, which I like as well. And you can use a teeny bit of that on some shrimp. Tangy, delicious. You can put it on your meats. It's absolutely delicious. Now, we're getting into the realm of the hot sauces and barbecue sauces and ketchups. Right now, the only ketchup I have here is the Alterna Sweets classic tomato ketchup. There are more and more sugar-free ketchups out on the market, and I would check your stores. Some of the stores have like a health food section. I would check the health food sections. I like Westbury unsweetened ketchup. It's delicious. This one has a more ketchupy, sweeter taste and that tangy, sweet taste that you expect in a ketchup. So I really like this. You want to read the back and make sure you're counting that carb. There is Stevia sweet barbecue sauce for the barbecue lovers. Primal makes 2 different ones or more. I just happen to have the golden barbecue sauce, unsweetened, and the classic barbecue sauce, organic sweetened. And Harry Cameraman doesn't like really sweet ones. He likes more of the hickory smoked. So I may take one of these sweeter ones and mix it with a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, and it tames it down a little bit. And it makes the meat taste absolutely delicious. Now think about this. You could have ground hamburger every single day of the week and have it taste totally different just by putting a little bit different condiment on that. Seriously. Seriously serious on that. Because I've done it, and it's easy and it tastes delicious. So, moving forward, I am showing Rao's homemade marinara sauce because, again, you want to use marinara sauce more as a condiment than a full-on seasoning. There are carbs in tomatoes, so you want to read this. And I would use no more than like a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup if I'm making a big pot of something, but 1 or 2 tablespoons on the food if I'm doing a portion serving, and again, count your carbs. You can get this at Costco. They're usually 2 for $1. Victoria's is another brand that's absolutely delicious, and it's a lower carb count. So always check your carbs,
for hidden sugars. Remember that tomatoes are a fruit and they are sweet, so they are naturally have more sugar content. So with that, hot sauces. You gotta have the hot sauce. If you live in my house, you're gonna have hot sauce. And I've got everything from Cholula to Frank's Red Hot Original. Now with some of the Frank's products, you have to look at the back because some of them have 0 carbs. This particular one has 0 carbs, but the chicken wing one has 1 or 2 carbs per tablespoon, or 2 tablespoons, and I think it's because it has some kind of a cornstarch or a wheat to make it thicker. So always read the back of your labels, folks. I put this in cream cheese and smear this on my chicken. Ooh, it's so good. Make a cream cheese with a little bit of this, or sour cream with this. It's awesome. And it's simple. So, Louisiana hot sauce. This is more tangy, more vinegary. The good old Tabasco sauce, folks. We also like Trader Joe's brand of chili pepper sauce. Sprinkle some of this on your eggs in the morning. Make an omelet. Sprinkle some of that on your omelet. Put it on your ground beef. Put your beef in a bowl, put a little bit of cheese on that, a dollop of sour cream, a little side of lettuce with that, maybe some guacamole, and you've got yourself a tostada, a taco in a bowl. It's absolutely delicious and super easy to do. If you like Thai food or Chinese food, you can use sambal oelek or get the unsweetened regular chili paste, chili sauce in the store. Make sure that it says that it's the 0 carbohydrate for 1 teaspoon. And folks, 1 teaspoon goes a long way. It's delicious and it's easy. This is red curry paste. You can get red or green curry paste. And it's less than 1 gram of carbs. You can make leftover chicken, chop it up, use a little bit of bone broth or broth, put a little bit of this in it, stir it up, put it over steamed cauliflower rice, and you've got a wonderful Taiwanese tasting delicious keto meal. So moving over to the sugar, folks. Again, this is the stuff that we use all the time. So my husband, this is his go-to. It's better stevia. It's organic. It's 0 calorie, and this bottle's been used a lot. And the only thing I don't like about this bottle is it dribbles. But other than that, it's great. You need to watch your packet of stevias, your packaged sugars, because they do have dextrin or maltodextrin in them. I would go with a liquid stevia or a liquid sweetener, if at all possible, and read the label. You can get pure stevia. This powder is so sweet. I'm talking a dusting of it is sweet enough. You have to really, like a toothpick full at a time. So it's very concentrated. You think, it's like $10, but it lasts forever because it's so small. I love, right now, my favorite is the Better Stevia English Toffee. It's got the glycerate in it, which makes it thick. The drops come out easy. I use this on everything. I love this stuff. And it has about 7 different flavors. It comes in vanilla and cinnamon and chocolate and English toffee, which is my favorite, or plain vanilla. So I love this. There are a lot of people out there that love Lancanto monk fruit sweetener, okay? So I happen to have these. These are the packets, and it is erythritol and monk fruit extract. So it has both erythritol and monk fruit in it, and I put a couple of these in my purse when we go traveling, and I get the bag of it when I want to do any sweet cooking with it. Something else that a lot of people use are the different Jordan skinny syrups. They're 0 calories. They are made with sucralose, and some people get kicked out of ketosis on sucralose. People like me, I cannot have anything with aspartame in it, which is equal the blue packet. It's poison to me. I almost lost my life from it. It caused grand mal seizures. So I read all my labels. We use this more for a treat They come in all different flavors. There are other sweet syrups that are sweetened with sucralose or aspartame. If you want to use them, you can. They're not as healthy for you, and I believe in using more of organic, but that's just me. And then last but not least, in my cupboard, I have some of the Meo Sport Drinks, which actually have electrolytes and some vitamins in them. And I got these for making homemade jello. If you want to look at my homemade bang jello vlog that I did previously, I had surgery back in November and I was on a liquid diet for a few weeks. So I used these when I made my jello, and my husband puts a little squirt of this in his water. If you hate water, you hate the taste of water, get yourself some Meo. Just put a little bit in. And I would get the one with the electrolytes in it, because you want to be taking electrolytes on a daily basis. You need to be drinking a lot more water, and you need your electrolytes, folks. So you might as well get something that has lemon lime. This one is Arctic grape because my husband loves grape and I'm a lemon lime kid. And on the electrolyte subject, I just want to share with you the electrolytes that we currently are using. We've used Zip Fizz, we've used several different brands, but right now we have our Ultima. Comes in several different flavors. We like the orange and we like the lemon the best. And I just got in my VitaCost box essential electrolytes that I shared with everybody, and I'll show you. You want sodium, potassium, and magnesium in your electrolytes. It can have other things. It can have calcium and zinc and vitamin C, but the three things you are looking for are the sodium, magnesium, and potassium in your electrolytes. You need them every day, folks. So, and then last but not least, one of the very most important things you need to be using on a daily basis is salt. And I'm not talking about the round blue container of white bleached stripped salt. I'm talking about whole natural salt. It can be Celtic Sea Salt. It's delicious. It can be pink Himalayan salt. It's mined from deep underground ancient seabed sources. Okay, that's the natural color. It's not bleached or processed in any way. That's how it comes out of the ground. It's delicious. Or right now, I'm kind of really liking Redmond real salt, which is mined from ancient seabeds in Salt Lake City, Utah. So any of these are fabulous, and you can get them at almost any store. I like to grind mine. And actually, this grinder has pink Himalayan half and half of the Redmond real salt in it. So you can see the difference. The Redmond is the lighter, finer grain, and then the big pink ones are the Himalayans. And I'll tell you, Malden Master Salt Makers, this stuff is delicious. You can buy it on Amazon. You can get a little tin of it, and they're flakes. And if you're out and about and you're starting to not feel very good, you're starting to wind down, you take one or two of those flakes, you put them under your tongue, and you get that salt going on under your tongue, and your body absorbs it really quickly, and it tastes delicious. This is the way to go. When you are out at a restaurant and you want to salt your food, I have a container of salt. If you've watched my eating out on keto, I have a little bottle of, right now I think it's Himalayan pink salt that I pull out. So this is awesome as well. Okay. If I'm sitting down at night and I forgot my electrolytes, or I'm out and about, I just take that pink salt, put some under my tongue, and you'd be amazed at how quickly that perks you up if you are having an electrolyte issue at the time and you just weren't aware of it. So that's just something I do. Celtic Sea Salt, this is the finer granular of the same brand as this. This is the gray salt. This is the granular. Okay. I have some delicious smoked sea salt. This smoked salt is so good on shrimp. It's great on chicken. If you like that smoky barbecue flavor, just put a little bit of this on there. It's delicious. Amazing how just the different salts can change the flavor of your food, okay? I use the Herbamare herb sea salt. It's natural fine sea salt, and it has different, it's got sea salt, celery, leek, cress, onion, parsley. It's got quite a bit of different things, including kelp, which gives you your iodine, and you don't taste a fishy, kelpy taste with it, and it's delicious. And I use this more as a Mediterranean. It's got more of a Mediterranean flair, so if I'm going to have olives and maybe some capers and some feta cheese on a nice big salad, I would use the Herbamare as my salt. A little vinegar and oil dressing, very good. I also use Herbies. It's organic, and this one is a blend of Mediterranean herbs as well. It has a little bit different mix, and it has a little different flavor. But there are so many salts, you guys, that you can find and that you can use. You know, maybe you'll become a salt connoisseur, who knows? But seriously, make sure you have salt in your diet on a daily basis. Put a little salt in your water, you know, put some salt on your food. You'd be surprised if you like really strong coffee, or coffee is sat a little too long and has a little bitter flavor to it. If you put a pinch of Himalayan sea salt in it, it knocks that acidic taste right out and gives it almost a, I want to say sweet, but it changes the way the taste buds hit that coffee, and I think it makes it taste delicious. And then last but not least, pepper. I use fresh ground peppercorns. You can get it in any size. You can get it at any store. I just bought some 3 peppercorn from Simply Organic. This is black, white, and green peppercorn. I love pepper. Pepper is heart healthy. It's very good for you. And if you use turmeric at all, you need to add pepper to it. Turmeric is only bioavailable if it has the ingredients that are in pepper in order to have your system utilize it. So if you're making Indian food and you're using turmeric, make sure you also put some pepper in with it. There's white pepper. There's all kinds of peppers as well. So you want to keep it simple. You want to keep it easy. You want to have a few condiments, not as many as I have, because I'm kind of overboard on it, and my husband has different tastes than I do. So the good news is a lot of this stuff lasts longer if it's aged, if it's vinegar, things like that. So don't be afraid to use condiments. Keep your food simple. Meats, fish, chicken, fowl, you know, get a piece of that, have a cup of vegetables, put some of the sauces, seasonings, butter, salt, pepper, and you're good to go, folks. Make yourself a nice little salad, okay? Chop up some chicken, put some salami on it, you know, make yourself a dressing if you feel up to it. Otherwise, buy a bottle of great dressing, put 2 tablespoons on it, and call it a day, okay? Get some hard-boiled eggs, smash them up, throw some mustard and some mayonnaise, little salt, little pepper, and you're good to go. Don't make it hard, make it simple. And you can keep it simple by adding just a touch of the different flavors to help you along. You won't get bored and you won't get tired, and it kind of helps change things up a little bit. You can stir fry a little bit of your vegetables in with your hamburger and make a rice bowl. Put it on top of cauliflower rice. Anyway, folks, I hope you like what you see. I hope the information I'm giving to you is helpful. I don't want to make you afraid to use condiments because I have quite a bit out here. I just want to show you there are so many things available to you. You don't have to be a master cook. You don't have to be a master chef. You don't even have to like to cook. You learn how to cook the basics. You know, learn how to bake, broil, fry, saute. You don't need special gadgets or machines in order to do keto. Some of them are great, some of them are nice. If I didn't have my air fryer, I'd be using my broiler or a grill. You know, there's all kinds of ways to do keto, but most of all, when you're first starting out, keep it simple. Simple and basic. So I will see everybody later. I hope that you've watched my week 2 Keto for Beginners. So if you like what you see, please like, subscribe, ring that bell. Bye everyone.